Hello, everyone, and welcome to our medical accounting orientation. Today, you're going to learn about the programs that we offer and how to register for them. Let's go ahead and start with some introductions. My name is Carrie Principato, and I'm the Career Education Coordinator.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ms. Sherman. I'm one of your instructors.
Hi, everybody. I'm Leigh-Anne Fosdahl. I do the paperwork, and I'll help you get through the registration process.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mrs. DeSala, known as Miss D, and I'm also one of your instructors.
Great. All right. Well, these first couple of slides, they talk about our former students and some really great successes that they've had after taking our program. They've been hired at some great facilities and are enjoying their careers as medical assistants. So please enjoy reading about them. In the third slide, I'd just like to bring your attention over to the right, where you can see some of the very impressive facilities that have hired our program completers, and this list continues to grow. All right, I'm going to go ahead and toss it over to Miss D, and she's going to talk about our clinical medical assistant hybrid program.
Great. Thank you, Mrs. Principato. So this is our 24-week program of live, online, and on-campus classes. So it'll be Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 a.m. to 4:30. And we start off with a 2-week core skills session, and this will prepare you for the actual program. So you'll learn some things like communication, how to communicate effectively, self-management, some interpersonal skills. This is a prerequisite for the program, and you must successfully complete this before starting our CMA program. Once you do that, you'll come into our hybrid program, which is 436 hours. And this program gives you all kinds of skills to work in a physician's office or a clinical medical setting of some type. The first 10 weeks are distance learning, and you will learn medical law and ethics. You will learn what HIPAA is and the HIPAA regulations, taking vital signs, giving injections, collecting specimens, doing ECGs, recording, charting. You'll also learn some things about minor surgery. There's a ton of stuff that you're going to learn. You're going to come out feeling like you just got it all. So we're going to give you all of that. We make sure to also discuss career development. We talk about medical terminology, anatomy and physiology. You also do an administrative portion, which teaches you how to schedule appointments, how to run a front office, how to do medical coding using ICD-10 and CPT. Also basics of the health insurance world, so learning what the names of health insurance companies are and what the programs are. We teach you how to do some billing and reimbursement. So once you complete all that, then you're prepared to do a clinical medical assistant externship. And also, upon completion of the program, you'll be able to sit for certification through these 2 certifying boards that you see here. You can choose one or the other. One is state and one is national, and it's really just preference as to which one you want to sit for, but we prepare you to sit for both of those certifications. So you see here, core skills is a prerequisite. The dates are January 5th, 2021 to January 14th, 2021. Again, it will be Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 4:30. The cost of core skills is $55. And then once you complete that program successfully, or those 2 weeks, you will then be admitted to the CMA program, which will start January 19th, 2021. Again, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to 4:30, and the cost is $2,275 plus the textbook. So let's talk about some of the qualifications for externship. In order to qualify for an externship, you must have a final grade of 80% in the program. No more than 2 absences, and we do count tardies, and you must be recommended by one of your instructors. We also require that you have had a TB injection within the past year, and the total externship experience is 160 hours. That's the requirement. There are other requirements. You have to be current on your immunizations. You have to have your CPR, and we say that you should get that through the American Heart Association. That's basic life support, so it's for the healthcare provider. You also need to submit proof of health insurance. So the cost would be $295. So the externship fee is $245 plus a screening. It's called a corporate screening, and that would be $50. So it's like a background clearance. And that is done by a company called Corporate Screening. We will give you more information during the program about this. It does have a note here that a Social Security number is required by Corporate Screening to complete the online background check. Okay, and as you can see here, these are the certifications that you can sit for. The state certification is through CCBMA, and that's the California Certifying Board for Medical Assistants. And then the national certification is through NCCT, which is the National Center for Competency Testing. And really, it's preference. Both test the same knowledge base, so it's really up to you. And in the program, we will discuss further why you might want to choose one or the other, or what the differences are. Okay, so some things to consider: requirements and expectations that you need to think about for the program. You need to be available at home for live online lectures. You are responsible for completing all assignments outside of class and submitting those assignments to your instructors via our learning management system, which is called Canvas. Basic computer skills, very important. You must have a reliable access to computer and also the internet. You need to have a Gmail account by the first day of class. You also need to have a microphone on your camera or computer, of some microphone, camera on your computer. We want to be able to communicate with you, talk with you. Also, you will have in-class skills on campus once a week after the first 10 weeks. So you need to have transportation to get to campus and make sure it's reliable and consistent. There are physical requirements in the program, and we need to tell you that, as a clinical medical assistant, you won't be sitting, you'll be moving. It is, a physical job, so we want to make sure that you understand that. Again, you have to pass the entire program with an 80%, and the way we break it down is 25% of your grade is quizzes, 25% of your grade is homework, 25% is skills, and 25% is professionalism, attendance, and workplace readiness. So obviously, if you add all that up, that equals 100%. So the professionalism attendance is very important. If you're not in class, you can't get the material, and it's hard to progress. So we really want to make sure that you set aside the time and that you can be present in class and on lab days. We do expect professional behavior at all times, and we talk a lot about what that means and what professional behavior is, and how you're not just getting a job, but you're getting a career. So it's a little different. You need to have that professionalism. We want to make sure that everybody has a courteous and well-ordered learning environment, and that everyone feels free to ask questions and to be able to learn at the pace that they need to learn. And also, I need to state that there are no refunds once the program begins. Okay, I'm going to pass it back to Miss Leigh-Anne.
Okay, so I am going to walk you through the registration requirements and process. And that starts with the day that you are viewing this, which for you guys, that will be October 6th. So you're going to want to make sure that you viewed the presentation. I'm also going to be attaching an FAQ list for you. So if you do have any questions that we haven't addressed here, you can be sure to read that. You're going to take an assessment, and you're going to submit that back to me, and you're going to complete the registration form and submit that back to me. Please note that the assessment and registration form are due back to me within 3 hours of viewing the presentation. Okay, and that's going to go back to my email address. Okay, on October 14th, I'm going to be notifying you all of your test results. So if you're accepted, you're going to continue through in the process here that we're going to go through today. If not, we would strongly urge you to come back in the spring of 2021, which will be our next orientation. And the dates for that orientation will be on our website listed there in the winter. So you can check back at that time. Okay, so on the 14th, I'm going to be sending a student handbook, which is for you to read and keep. You're also going to be getting a student expectations form, which you will need to sign and bring to registration. You're actually going to come on campus for your registration appointment, and that's going to be one of the things that you'll need to bring with you. A medical form, which is for you to complete and also bring to registration. You're going to receive your registration date and time on the 14th. When I notify you of your test results, you're going to want to be sure to note that date and time and come on that date and at that time for your appointment. And so while you're preparing to come on campus for your appointment, you're going to start to be preparing for all the documentation that you're going to need to bring with you on that day. And that includes the following: the copy of the high school diploma or high school equivalency, a copy of your California driver's license or official California photo ID, the medical form that I will have sent to you that you need to fill out, a copy of a TB result that has been done within the past 6 months, a copy of a tetanus result within the last 10 years. You're also going to be taking a hepatitis B and an MMR titer. A titer is a blood test that you're going to have your doctor do, and that's going to determine whether or not you are immune from the hepatitis B and MMR diseases. So I need to see the actual result of that titer. You're going to bring that on the day of your registration appointment. If the titers are negative, that means you are not immune and you need to get vaccinated. So the MMR will require 2 vaccinations, and the hepatitis B is a series of 3. You must have the first one done by your registration appointment. Okay, so those registration appointments are going to be happening on the 12th, the 18th, and the 19th of November. And I will be giving you a specific time on one of those 3 days where you're going to come onto campus. Again, you're going to come with all your paperwork. You're going to actually have about twice as long as everybody else typically has to prepare all your paperwork, just the way this has worked out timing-wise. So you're going to have lots of time to get everything together. If you don't have everything prepared, that is going to delay your registration. So please do come prepared with all your paperwork. And also at that time, you'll be paying for the core skills, which Ms. D described earlier, is the 4-session prerequisite to the main program, and then your CMA program of $2,275. So $55 and then $2,275. I will also be giving you textbook and supplies information at your registration appointment. And you can email either myself or Mrs. Principato if you have more questions about that. Okay, I will hand it over to Ms. Sherman, who will talk about the Administrative Medical Assistant Program.
Thank you, Ms. Leigh-Anne. So our Administrative Medical Assistant Program is a distance learning program. It will be 16 weeks of live online lectures. So you'll actually be in a lecture with your instructor just from home on your computer. It'll be 1 evening a week, Thursdays from 6:30 to 9:30, and then Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to noon. And what's that course going to look like? This is an administrative program, so it's going to help you gain an entry-level skills that you'll need if you want to work in the front office of a healthcare facility, a doctor's office, or doing administrative work at any medical facility. You'll learn soft skills for success, so professionalism, communication, career building. You'll learn some basic medical terminology, anatomy and physiology, the body systems, kind of how the body works. We'll talk about healthcare laws and ethics. You'll learn telephone management, how to schedule an appointment, how to answer the phone. We'll, talk about tone and all those things, so that you can sound, professional and make your patients feel really welcome from the time you answer the phone. You learn to manage electronic health record systems, so EHRs. You learn a little bit, just an introduction to some health insurance, medical billing and coding, reimbursement, account collection, all of those things that you will need for to work front office in a doctor's office. Upon completion, you will be able to sit for certification. So just like Ms. D talked about with the clinical program, you will also be able to sit for the administrative portion to certify either through CCBMA or NCCT. And dates and costs. No core skills required for this one, but we will be building in some of those topics in professionalism. The dates will be December 3rd of 2020, and all the way through till April 3rd of 2021, which sounds so far away, right? But it's coming fast. It'll be Thursday evenings and Saturday mornings, like I mentioned. So Thursday will be 6:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Saturday will be 9 a.m. to noon. The cost of the program is $675 plus your textbook. And I have a picture of a former student on there. Same certifications will be available. It will just be the administrative portion of those exams. We'll talk more about those in that program as well. But you could sit for the CCBMA, California Certifying Board for Medical Assisting, or the AMA, which would be through NCCT, their administrative certification. Again, one state, one national, and you will be well prepared for both. And so requirements and expectations. You will need to be available for those live online lectures. You'll be responsible for completing all of your assignments outside of class and submitting them. We will be using Canvas as well as our learning management system. You'll need some basic computer skills, which will be very handy if you're going to be an administrative medical assistant as well. You need reliable computer and internet access. This is a virtual class, so you'll be in online lectures. You'll be required to have a Gmail account by the first day of class. And again, you'll need a microphone and a camera on your computer so that we can see you and we can talk to you and get to know you a little bit through the program. To complete the program, you will also need to pass with an 80%, just like the clinical. 25% of your grade will be quizzes, 25% homework, 25% skills, and the other 25% professionalism, attendance, and workplace readiness. And again, we are looking for you to display professional workplace behavior at all times. Treat yourself and your classmates and your instructors with respect, and maintain a courteous, well-ordered learning environment. Give yourself the gift of that time. I know it's challenging when we're all at home, but this is something that you're doing for yourself. And again, please note there will be no refunds once the program has started. So make that commitment. And I'm going to turn it back over to Ms. Fosdahl to finish telling you about the registration process for the AMA program.
Okay, so AMA looks a little different than CMA. It's going to start out the same on October 6th. You're going to be viewing the presentation, take the assessment and submit, complete the registration form and submit. And I want to add, which I didn't mention with CMA, but for both programs, it is so very, very important in your registration form that you also submit both your name and the program that you want to do. Because when we get a little further down the line, I'm going to be sending the AMA students some different information than the CMA students. So it's important for me to know which program you are interested in, okay? You will be submitting the assessment and the registration form within 3 hours of viewing the presentation, okay? And you're going to submit that back to my email address, which is listed there. So on October 14th, you will be receiving your notification of the assessment results. So here's where it differs a little from CMA. As an AMA student, when I notify you of your result, if you have passed the assessment, then you can begin registration as of that day. Your name will be submitted to the front office, and they will be instructed to go ahead and take your phone payment. And you can do that by calling the number that's listed here, or you can actually come in person. Now, we do observe the COVID restrictions with the distancing and the masks, but you are more than welcome to come in. Our business hours are 8 to 4:30 Monday through Friday. So again, if I have to tell you that unfortunately you did not pass the assessment, then again, please do consider coming back to our orientation in the spring. So when you register for this program, you must pay for the program at the time that you call. And that cost, again, is $675. And you must register by the 13th of November. So that's your deadline for registration for AMA. Okay. You're going to also, on the 14th, if you are moving forward with registration, I'm going to be sending you some forms that I do need you to send back to me. And it's these 3 forms. First of all, the student expectation form, which you'll need to sign and send back. The photo release form, which you'll sign and send back, and a certificate requirement form. So those are the only 3 requirements for the registration process, but these are very important forms that I do need you to sign and send back immediately. Okay, so again, just kind of to review, you're going to be registering as of the 14th when you'll be notified. Deadline to register is the 13th of November. The 3 forms need to be, these 3 forms need to be signed and brought back, and sent back, I'm sorry, and your registration form must be sent with your assessment on the 6th of October. Okay, and I will give that back now to Ms. Sherman to talk about medical terminology.
Thank you. Okay, so we have one more class that we wanted to talk to you about, our medical terminology and anatomy and physiology short course. This is a great just introduction to the medical language and the systems of the body. You'll learn the rules of building, analyzing medical words, get an overview of how the body works and all the different systems. It's an excellent course if you're planning to go into the medical field, if you are interested in pursuing any medical training program or class. If you've already gone through a program, or if you know someone who's already gone through our program and they're getting ready to sit for certification, it's a great class to come back and review and prepare for the certification exam. Or if you're already certified, and keep this in mind for yourselves for the future, if you're already certified as a medical assistant, you need ongoing training and units, what we call continuing education units. So this kind of class is great way to get units, and we've had students do that in the past as well. You will have a little final exam and get a certificate of competency, so it shows that you are competent and familiar with the medical language. Some employers will really appreciate this. It's great on your resume. It can be helpful in job promotion or getting the job that you want. It is a required course as a prerequisite if you're interested or know someone who's interested in the online advanced coding class, which will be coming up in spring. So those folks who are looking to go into advanced coding, This is a required course for that. It's a prerequisite. The midterm AP course will be starting in January 19th of 2021 through March 1st of 2021. It'll meet Mondays and Tuesdays. It'll be completely online, but live online lectures with Ms. D and I, 6 to 8 p.m., so 2 hours with us. Then you'll have, the rest will be on your own. It's sort of a hybrid class where we expect you to do quite a bit of work outside of class to gain that practice and that competency. The cost of the course is $135 plus the cost of the textbook. So hope to see lots of you in there. And that's it.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching our presentation. We hope you're excited about the information that you've heard and you have enough information to make a decision about which program you'd like to register for. We look forward to seeing you on our campus and in our programs. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.